Sunday marked 6 months since Hamas launched its deadly attack on Israel, taking hundreds of people hostage and starting the war in Gaza. More than 100 people are reportedly still being held captive in the enclave. This comes as Israel has started reducing its presence in southern Gaza. The country's defense minister says troops wrapped up a key phase of the offensive and are preparing for future operations. CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams is following the latest from Israel. Holly, great to see you. I was yesterday shocked to wake up to the news that Israel had begun removing some of the troops that were in southern Gaza. Initially, I believed that it was all of them, but then, you keep reading. What is behind that movement? What's the latest and why?
Hey there, Lilia. Yeah, so Israel's military now says it has just one division left inside the Gaza Strip. The other division that was there moved out over the weekend. The remaining troops are along Gaza's border with Israel and then to the north, where Israel has built a new road cutting across the Gaza Strip from east to west. It's thought that that road is part of Israel's planning for after the war. Now, an Israeli military spokesman told CBS News that this is not a partial withdrawal. He said rather it is a, quote, evolution of the war effort. However, he would not give me any exact numbers about how many troops are actually left inside Gaza. The reality is that most troops have left southern Gaza. That's according to my colleague, CBS News producer Marwan Al Ghul, who is in southern Gaza. He said that today thousands of people who have been sheltering, living in Rafah in Gaza's far south, headed north. He said people have not been able to do that for months. He said that they found massive destruction and that many people went looking for their homes and found them destroyed. He said some people then began digging through the rubble to look for their possessions.
Wow, can't imagine what that must be like. Holly, Iran has now vowed to avenge the death of its Revolutionary Guard officials that were killed by an Israeli airstrike in Syria last week. How is Israel preparing for that? What do they expect?
So, Lilia, there were funerals on Friday and Saturday for those 7 members of Iran's Revolutionary Guards, including a senior commander who were killed in a strike attributed to Israel, although Israel hasn't taken responsibility for it. Iran has vowed to wreak revenge on Israel, and it says that Israeli embassies are no longer safe. Now, US officials have told CBS News that they are convinced that Iran will retaliate. Israel's military is on alert. But the chief of staff of Israel's military has struck quite a confident note, saying, quote, "We are prepared for this. We have good defense systems. We know how to act powerfully against Iran in places near and far."
Wow. And Holly, there's another round of ceasefire talks taking place now in Cairo. What's the latest on negotiations and freeing the hostages?
So, Lilia, as you know, these negotiations are being mediated by Qatar, Egypt and the US. The US has apparently presented a new proposal. A spokesman for Qatar's government told our partners at the BBC earlier today that there were encouraging signs, and he said that pressure from the US has been instrumental in that. Over the weekend, Israel's foreign minister suggested that the two sides are the closest they have been to a deal since November, when you remember we had that previous ceasefire. But today, a spokesman for Hamas told CBS News that he has no details. So, without being in the room, and obviously we are not in the room, it is just so difficult to know exactly where these negotiations are.
And things can change quickly. Holly Williams, thank you so much.